We have the numbers, and beyond that, we also have some insights for you. So here are the results of the Ottawa Real Estate Board's efforts in the month of November 2024. Here it is, guys. So we've had a small decline in sales month over month, and that's really typical. We see about a 12% reduction most years between October and November. So at 10.2, we're on pace. In fact, it's a fairly solid October. If you look at active listings, this is what really jumped off the charts for us. We've had quite a substantial increase in the number of active listings. So we're at 4,036 listings at the end of November, which is a 20% increase over October. So it seems like perhaps the sellers are coming back into the market and buyers not quite to the same extent. What that means, and the key insight here, is that the months of inventory have really jumped. We often see that towards the end of the year, but this is quite substantial. So if we look back to October, we had quite a rush, and we dropped down to 2.8 months of standing inventory, which would put us in a seller's market. We're at 3.8 at the end of November, so quite a substantial increase, a 35% increase in inventory. So that's good news for buyers because there's more choice. And it's not completely weird to see that towards the end of the year. And you know what that would mean on pricing, however, is that with that much inventory, we'd expect prices to be flat or perhaps a little bit backwards. And we saw exactly that, essentially the same price in October and November. So, you know, if you look at that, prices holding steady while inventory raises, kind of a good sign. It suggests that perhaps we're going to move into a different market in the new year. Moving on. What we've got here is a really clear indication that the market is gaining some momentum. If we look back a year, we had 730 sales in the month of November versus 1059 this year. So that's a really nice increase, a 45% increase in sales, back towards kind of more of a normal November. So last year was the real kind of outlier on the low end. If you look at active listings, seems like the sellers are getting the info that perhaps it's a good time to sell, with a 38% increase in active listings. So overall, a slight decrease in the months of standing inventory over last year. Things are looking up, but again, 3.8, big increase from last year, same time. If we break it down and look at, you know, kind of per category of homes, we've got 4 months of standing inventory on single family homes with about a 5% increase in prices. We've got 2.5 months of townhome inventory, and prices are rising. So what's going on with those townhouses? Well, that would be the center of the Ottawa bell curve, so to say. So it's kind of like, you know, for lack of a better word, the affordable price point. And what that means is, as the market starts to pick up pace, that particular segment is going to kind of outpace. And then if you look at the apartments or the condos, we continue to have a whole lot of inventory, right? 5.4 months of standing inventory. So that's really kind of a buyer's market. And so what do you see with that? A slight decrease in prices. I suspect the condos are going to continue through 2025 to have, you know, an outsized amount of inventory. And so they're going to move a little bit independent of the residential market. Great time to get into a condo. You know, it's partially a function of, you know, these rising interest rates took a lot of the investors out of the market because it just wasn't sensible to be investing in those when the prices went up and the cost to borrow money went up. So anyways, we are on the precipice of another rate reduction. The expectation is that we will see a 0.5% reduction tomorrow. I think that will really give some steam to the market. We'll see if that comes to fruition. But overall, this is looking like we're moving into a 2025 that is going to be more robust than what we saw in 2024. So enjoy the rest of the year. Happy holidays to you all, and let's see what December brings in early January.